And since we are back here, we can just continue onward. Without leaving this area, I will fight the boss, but it's again a little later. Oh, good, I didn't take any damage there. I was surprised by it. So, what I'd advise you do is wait here while all those people who are just spawning out of nowhere try to get over here. That lady might have saw me, but even if they do, it's not really a worry since I can't get up. But just wait till they kind of walk past. That lady, I think she's stuck there. They sometimes glitch and stay there. But as long as a few of them pass, that's a lot. A lot less that you have to deal with. It sometimes does get tedious waiting here, but it's worth it if you don't have to fight a group of those things. If you want to hurry up and fight a group of those things, it's fine. I'm just deciding not to. I'm mostly scared of the dogs more than anything. I mean, look at them. Ugh. They're like rats mixed with hairless cats. Yeah, she's waiting for me. Well, we'll deal with her in a sec. So, I'll go this way first. One of the dogs diverts over here always, so I'll deal with him. And then you can go down here. Be careful down here, as you can see there's smoke. Also the rats. Oh, the rats. Rats are the bane of my existence in this game. You get a Cestus. The Cestus is a very, very good low-level weapon, as well as a good parrying tool. If you've seen YouTubers such as Fighter PL, a couple other ones, that's the tool that they'll use when they are doing low-level invasions. They'll have that on their offhand and they'll just parry with it. People usually don't see it coming, and it has really decent parrying frames, like some of the best in the game. I prefer the Llewellyn shield because I like shields better, but that's just me. So as you'll see, one rat comes out. If you go a little closer, another rat comes out. And if you go even closer, a big boy comes out. Luckily, the rats aren't too hard to beat, so you get a blood bite ring from them. I also am going to put on some other rings for the sake of what I have. The stone plate ring, the blood bite ring, sure. These aren't necessary, they won't really help me all that much, but you know, just because I have the slots. And you can go up here. You can open this, and it will lead you back to the bonfire. Now while I'm here, I see a little lizard that I need to kill, so I'm gonna go for that. Hopefully it didn't. Okay, good, it did. See, it wasn't very hard, but those guys can run. So if you go through that door, which is an option, you can just walk through this area. You can't open this one from this side, you need a key. Oh, you can open it from the side, but you do need a key, which you can buy from the handmaiden in the shrine. There's another way to get back there, which I will show you, so that key isn't necessary for this run. Oh. I think my computer's having some loading issues. Huh, okay. Getting a little bit better. Actually cleared out most of my computer today and it's still not working. So that just shows you how much this game, or actually how bad my computer is, how much this game needs to render. I'm always scared when that happens because sometimes, not often, but sometimes you'll just fall through the floor. when that happens. Yeah, so I said they do throw their things. These guys especially. Oop. And taking both of those guys on at once is a very dangerous task. So I'm going to try to get them one-on-one. Doesn't really look like it's going to happen. Ah, I still hit him. And like I said, you can also parry these guys. Completely unreasonable, but I'm not complaining. Another Titanite shard. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to back it up. See that guy over there? He won't attack you unless you get close to him. He'll attack you a little later as an ambush. So you could kill him now, it's not necessary. I shouldn't have done the charge attack. And back here, again, the useless alluring skulls. Not very worth it if you ask me. Usually I just run past that whole entire mess. But so that is a progression to the next area. I will hit that up in a little bit, but now it's time to...
Another one of those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect. No matter. Heed my words. If you've any sense, you'll go find a coffin to huddle up inside. You here, in this land of hollows. If, like the others, you're fool enough to play the champion, then go on ahead. Traipse right past the abandoned church. You'll face death. And it won't be pretty. Enough death to leave you broken. Time after time. Yeah.
Yep, that basically sums up Dark Souls. So the reason I put so much into my vitality is because one of the best ways to get down there, if you don't have the key, is by edging off. And you see, I barely made that. I only have 2 Estus left. No 1 Estus left. It's fine though. And we remember our friend who fell down here. She took very much not the same amount of damage as I did. But she'll take more now. Okay, so race this way. And usually it's important to come down here if you do not have the 6 Titanite shards. You'll have to come down here. Sometimes you can get lucky and they'll drop them. Since I was killing literally everything that dropped it from me. But you'll see now that guy's up there. We gotta grab this. Ooh, nice, buddy. Luckily I managed to upgrade my sword, so I'm doing a lot more damage than these guys can really handle. Again, why I chose the broadsword, it is a very good weapon. So you go in here, this isn't a really important place to come to, but just for the sake of the walkthrough, I'm just showing you around. You have to watch yourself, these guys are not actually hard, but they do come out of nowhere. Can kind of surprise you if you just wander downhill willy-nilly. and they can gank you if you don't kill them fast enough while they're getting up. So here we have the red hilted halberd. A fairly decent weapon. It's more damaging than the regular halberd, I believe. You get the loincloth, totally useless, but also the statue. You can request an absolution or a dissolution. I've never used those. I'm not even sure what they do. I know they have to do with covenants. I think if you request a dissolution, then you can leave whatever covenant you're in. It basically resets the covenant. Absolution, I'm not sure what that is. I think it has something to do with other players who've invaded you. But again, I'm not sure. Fun fact, later on in the DLCs, once again, there's glitching. In the DLCs, I can't finish my sentence, can I? What else we got? That's seriously not hit. I think I just went right past. Do I have a bow? Oh, I do have a bow. I don't even need to use it. Completely useless, but it is a blessed red and white shield. If you don't have a shield, I guess it's not useless, but it's not very helpful either. I think the shield, if you have it equipped, every hit you do will regenerate a little bit of your life. Not very much, a little bit. Not the rats. Okay, good. That wasn't too bad. Those guys can gank you so bad since they all come out at once. Oh, now I can't remember what I was saying earlier. Oh yeah, if you have the DLCs later on, you could do something with one of the bosses that lets you reset the boss at that statue.
Sir, please, whoever you are, touch me. The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me. Ah, yes, there you are. So close, indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Karim. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then? I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead? Oh, thank you, sweet champion. I shall take my vows. I, Irina of Karim, solemnly swear to serve you.
Irina of Karim, also known as the NPC who sells miracles. Out here, the guy we talked to before, Morn, his name is.
You've gone and rescued her, have you? How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Egon, a knight of Karim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
Then he does not teleport. You can summon him for, I think, only one of the fights way later on if you don't mess up Arin's questline. Basically, what her questline is since she's the Faith vendor, you could either get regular Faith spells or you can get Dark Faith spells. For instance, Gnaw is one of those spells. It's the spell that the really big ladies who are called the Evangelists with the spiked maces, that's the spell that they keep firing. You can buy that spell from her, however, he will take her away and turn hostile to you, and you will have to kill him to, reset everything. So, on the other hand, if you only buy all her faith spells, like her regular ones, she actually turns into a firekeeper. You can actually level up using her instead of the regular firekeeper. It's not too helpful either way, but it's just a really interesting concept. So now, since I only have one Estus Flask, I am going to save the bonfire, and then I think I'm actually going to finish up this area. Ooh. Thought he was dead on the first swing. But as you notice, this place is interesting in that it has just a ton of NPCs. Like, they're everywhere. They're crawling out of the woodwork. This is where you meet most of the vendors. You meet the pyromancer. You meet the faith, the cleric vendor. You meet Morn. And there's another one we are going to meet in a second. You also meet Hodrick. This is a place where you get stuff for Grey Rat. So yeah, it's just a really, really busy zone. The 2 Covenants boss. It's not really necessary, but it's there. I think the woman fell off again. Now, sprinting past those guys is fine, but their pots have really, really good tracking. So I stop sprinting and just roll. It's hard to... I don't think you can actually sprint and roll at the same time. I think it does a jump. So... anyways, here's the next NPC. Da-da-da. Where's the next NPC? Oh, it's lagging again, isn't it? There he is.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegwart of Katarina. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... well, that doesn't get me anywhere.
Siegwart of Katarina, everybody. He has a very, very intense, very good quest line, which I will partake in. First, what you want to do is just run over the button. You don't want to stay on the thing. You just want to run over the button, have the thing go down. And his problem is he can't go up. Well, That's the ride up. We're gonna ride this all the way to the top. And before I go up there, I'm gonna just run around this corner and we can grab Soul of a Nameless Soldier. And going up the stairs, you will meet Mr. Giant.
Who are you? I help anytime.
A man of simple words, but he was the one who was shooting the arrows at us. Now he will continue to shoot arrows whenever there's a white birch tree around. However, those arrows will not hurt us even if they land right on us, but they will hurt all the enemies near us. Or he'll be aiming at those enemies instead of us. So he's a very helpful character in some areas. Now here, be ready to jump off. If you see this, you can jump off. I did it a little early, took some fall damage, that's fine.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
You don't say.
On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road.
Nope. So, of course, the humongous beast in question is this demon right here.
No! You should have waited!
And this is pretty cool because he just runs in to help you.
It's too late now.
Land down here.
I, Siegward of the Knights of Katarina, fight by your side! Ah!
He does a lot of poise damage in this fight. This guy is really, really difficult if you're using fire, obviously. Also, if you're using straight intelligence. If you're using physical, it's not too bad. But you have to kind of watch out because you don't have as much constitution as I have and you get hit by some of those attacks, they can one-shot you. He's pretty OP if he can hit you.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We Unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine. Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
And from that, we get a Sea Brew and 2 emotes. The Sea Brew kind of functions like an Estus, except it only heals. It heals a lot, like almost as much as, probably as much as my Estus does now. But I believe it also boosts frost resist. Yeah, that's right. So if somebody's using frost, Sea Brew is, I guess, helpful. Not too helpful, I think, but you know, it's okay. Then you can grab the large club, which is a decent weapon. I believe it scales A in strength. I could be wrong about that. It's either A or B in strength. If you use a heavy gem on it. And it is kind of just OP with a full strength build. It's, you know, lots of damage there. And then if you can jump up here, you can go up from that side as well, but swing at this, miss it, and you grab a Pale Tongue. That's a Covenant item for the Rosaria's Fingers Covenant. You can also swing at that, and you get the Northern set. I will continue with my Night set. I like my Night set, but the Northern set's not bad. It's decently heavy, not as heavy as the Night set, and does quite a bit of resistances on certain things. A red bug pellet that lowers fire damage for you, and then also have these guys come down. Probably going to get attacked, and again the useless alluring skulls. Usually the alluring skulls are only found where there are things that will like ambush you. And it's like kind of a troll item. These guys aren't necessary to kill, but as you go across here, kind of hold your shield up. There's another one that will attack you, so try not to back into that, but we're worried about the dogs. Perfect. And then as you go in here, you can look up and you'll see there's tons of those things. And you can tell they're alive because they have a slightly lighter shade than the ones that are dead. I don't know if there's any dead ones around here. Yeah, like these. They're all dark. You can tell they're not alive, but those ones, they look alive. They won't come down unless you open this. And then they will all come down. Yeah, okay, it was worth it. There we go. Not too hard to kill. They're super weak to poking damage. So if you have a katana running attacks, a spear works amazingly on them. But they're not too hard to kill either way. It's just kind of hard to kill them without getting hit. So we have two of these guys. It's a very precarious position. Oh, there it is. Oh, it got me. Roll away. Ah. And I'm not sure how this attack got me, but yeah, if you can get close to them, which it's possible to get close to them, but you could do a fully charged attack. It definitely wouldn't kill them, but it gives you a little bit of an advantage. But like I said, controlling the battlefield by doing backstabs and just timing your attacks, that's key with that kind of fight. We just got Fling's Ring. Not too helpful unless you're planning on doing a run where you barely have any clothes on. Then it will add about like maybe 20 damage to you, your weapon, as it increases the amount of damage when your weight is lower. Go down here and go around this and get a soul or home guns, and then do a running leap. If you don't do a running leap, I'm pretty sure it's death. But you can get the mirror set minus the mask. You can get the mask in this game, you just have to get it a different way. And also the Clarinthi ring. This increases your stamina regen, and I really like the Clarinthi ring, so it's one of the ones I always use on my runs. It's kind of a non-negotiable. It's that and the Ring of Favor are the ones I have to use on my runs. And then we're back here, back at the place we were before. With 4 Estus, I think it's fine for me to... actually, it's going to be 3 Estus. But with 3 Estus, I think I'll survive the boss. It's not too hard, even at the level I'm at. Now, usually I fight this boss like all the way near the end of my game. So when I've beaten the Soul of Cinder and all that, then that's when I try to go for this boss. And it's not because I find it difficult, it's just because there's no point. It's a completely optional boss. The only reason I would beat it before is if I wanted to do a weapon run. So go for the bulbs on his hands and feet first, because if you don't, he'll go into his second phase, and it'll make it harder because he'll have an extra hand spouting out of his chest. Now these guys, I will admit, they're annoying, but they're much less annoying than the hand is if you have to endure the hand for long periods of time. And then, as soon as that happens, you can just get into position here. I kind of keep your shield up because you never know where people are going to come from. And he'll do his butt slam, and that'll break out the floor. Well, usually that doesn't happen. You know it does usually. But that'll get you a couple of free hits on his. Ooh. It's a hard attack to avoid. And I'm not too concerned about this sludge stuff, but he also has bulbs on his back that you can hit. They're a little bit harder because he keeps moving around, but then he has very little health left. And he's dead. So yeah, like I said, not too hard of a boss. It can be kind of annoying with all his sludge and, you know, that. But if you'll notice, this is where we were before when we got the Mad Covenant. We teleported down. We teleported down here, and that is Hodrick. Face down in the dirt. He's dead. You can go over here, and if you have any vertebrae shackles, you can use them there. Well, that concludes the Undead Settlement. Thank you guys for watching. I will probably split this up into multiple parts. I don't know how long this video is. I'll have to check. But thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, then hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, then hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to see more. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.